Good morning, everyone. My name is John Murphy, and I'm an international representative for UA plumbers, steam fitters, and sprinkler fitters in the U.S. and Canada, representing our members in the state of New York. And before I begin, I want to thank 638 Business Manager Bob Bartels, 638 President Brian Carney, and 638 Training Director Steve Quadra, giving us access to this beautiful training center for the forum. I also need to recognize Jay Egg, who is not with us this morning. Jay has designed thermal energy networks for more than 30 years and has been instrumental in illustrating the tremendous potential of thermal energy networks to decarbonize our state to scale while creating thousands of high-skilled union jobs. But I address you today as a member of the Upgrade New York collaboration of unions, climate justice and environmental groups, and building industry representatives that together work to pass the Utility Thermal Energy and Jobs Act, now known as UTENJA. It's an honor to work with such a talented and dedicated group who continue to put forth real solutions that are good for the environment, good for the ratepayers, and good for workers in the industry. And Upgrade New York is now calling on Governor Hochul to decarbonize the highest polluting state-owned facilities utilizing thermal energy networks. You know, since the passage of UTENJA in New York State, states of Illinois, Maryland, Michigan, Vermont, and Rhode Island are moving to pass similar thermal energy bills. By linking multiple buildings to pipes with non-combustible fluid, thermal energy networks can help us share the thermal energy around us and reduce the impact of building electrification on the electric grid, even during peak seasons. Thermal energy networks feed ground source heat pumps, which are between 300% and 500% efficient. And where it's not conducive to drilling in geothermal boreholes, waste heat from sewers can be utilized to provide heat and hot water using wastewater energy transfer systems. Building and maintaining thermal energy networks will create and maintain thousands of family-sustaining union jobs that utilize the skills of the present workforce while decarbonizing buildings throughout New York State. That's a just transition. Now, I believe that New York State has to think big if we are to massively scale emissions-free thermal energy networks over the next 2 decades. Some have raised concerns about the cost or sheer size of these projects. As I learned from our resident expert, Jay Egg, the first major energy pipeline project in the United States came during World War II due to attacks on U.S. oil tankers by German submarines. To remedy this, the U.S. government commissioned 2 pipelines totaling 2,729 miles with 35 pumping stations along their routes. These pipelines were constructed in just 350 days between 1942 and 1943. Also consider that the United States was able to install 1.5 million miles of natural gas distribution lines in the 50s and 60s in a period of just 20 years, adding service to more than 40 million customers. It's an achievable goal for this country to do it again. Our trade unions and utilities will be able to do the same job, if not much more, to provide our state and renewable energy through thermal energy networks. This commitment is critical to create the pipeline of work that would enable our building trades training programs to recruit and train the next generation of clean energy workers, providing access to union careers to those workers and communities who have felt left behind. And in doing so, we will build healthier, climate-resilient communities, create equitable, family-sustaining union careers, and ensure that New York has the skilled workforce of tomorrow to realize our clean energy future. Well, thank you.